All right, now we're live. Hi, everybody. This will be where the recording begins that I'll then upload into our Schoology folder for people who couldn't be here right now. For those of you who are just joining, the issue I had in trying to record the session that we're in right now, and something that you might want to think about too in the future, is when you do start a recording, you'll want to, and you're in a live call that's using your camera already, you'll want to be able to, you'll want to toggle that feature off. Otherwise, it will not start a recording because it can't simultaneously use your video camera in two different apps. All right, so it looks like people are interested in viewing effective examples of videos, some work time, and some collaboration. Great. So I have set up a resource for all of you to be able to do all those and kind of differentiate, and we can split off from there. My intention is to be in this call with the folks who chose pink and want to prioritize collaboration with colleagues and discussion of creating meaningful video resources. Reds, you're obviously going to get a chance to work on your own. And yellows, you can do some combination of the two. So inside that Schoology folder is this workshop resources link. You can go ahead and open that up in another window. One of the key pieces of advice that I've found about using videos and integrating them into my class, both on the how-to as well as the content end, is don't ever reinvent the wheel. If someone else has made an excellent teacher-driven video of a tight 4 minutes of how to set up and install Screencastify, it would be silly for me to remake that video. My one suggestion on Nate's video here is to go to the settings, especially if you're somebody who likes to move a little bit slower. He talks really quickly and moves through this thing. So you can turn the playback speed to 0.75, and it doesn't sound too slow or like he's stoned or anything. It will slow him down enough where you can lock in and not feel like he's speeding right through it. That tool alone, playback speed, is something that I think, if you're not aware of, it's important to coach students up on using as well. These are some of the different tools that you can use with your cursor. Hide the cursor when it's not moving, highlight when you click, and then this one is sort of spotlight focused wherever you move the cursor as well. So I'm going to encourage people to check out that setting up video if for you are one of the I guess one of the blues here, instructions on setting up Screencastify. That's a great resource there. I've also dropped in here some examples of videos that I've made that are not perfect. We started in earlier talking a little bit about how polished you are and how much you prepare. My emerging rule is you get 1 second take. That you get a second take. That's it. Prepare. It's not going to be perfect. If you get to the end of the video and you can live with where you brought the thing in for a landing, you get 1 take. It's good enough. And definitely watch your playback, and it'll show you how to do that before you upload it to YouTube. But I've included 2 videos here. One that's a how-to of navigating my Schoology page. Another one is an example of just sort of some lecture and some setup for an assignment. It's kind of a combo. And then some other resources about tips for effective instruction that I don't need to read to you. Some reminders about video. Most of these are video. This is an article, but setting up and thinking about flipping your classroom. And then getting student feedback. I've linked in here a feedback form that I've been using with students every 2 weeks. So you can take a look at that, and maybe that'll be inspiring for ideas. So you have 40 minutes. You can play around with these sources here in the call. You can play around with them on your own. You can stay here, and we'll sort of continue to facilitate a chat with people about what effective video making is like, or what questions you might have. Any questions about the resources available to you or what to do over the next 40 minutes? Cool. All right, I'm going to keep recording this video for people. And so if you pop off to work independently on a video, you can, and just know that any discussion you can cue back into later on. So the person who mentioned copyright, are you curious about copywriting your own materials or getting past copyright of existing materials to be able to share with students? Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I've already had that issue with two documentaries that I've just bought on YouTube, and those hang out and are easy to show when we're all in together. Yeah, I'm wondering if the district has any hope or plan to make any kind of investments with resources like that and in access, but I doubt it too. Yeah, yeah, right, right. And we've had some success using those tools with access, like Libby and Canopy, and what's the other one that has the graphic novels that we used? Because I know that tool also has video. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yep, yep. Yeah, I I've had some issues with the uploads to YouTube and then the availability of resources that had been previously not a problem or behind the firewall or anything. And now it just seems to kind of blow with the wind. Like I can't make heads or tails of when things are and aren't available to students. And we had this one video that we were showing that was hosted by an established media site and source that we could show them other videos, but it would just like every couple days we'd come back and it was restricted not just to students but to us on our school laptops, even on our home networks. And so it was clearly something with the district firewall, but I couldn't make sense of when it would come and go. Hi, Eileen. How are you? You're muted. Oh, cool. Oh, oh boy, that's a lot. Yeah, nice. What's been your? Yeah, you should. You definitely should. That's a lot of me. What tool have you been using? Yep, I bet. Yeah. 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 Hugely. Mm. Yep. Yep. For sure. Pretty similar. I agree. It's an overwhelming amount of secretarial work and playing digital secretary to 14-year-olds who are themselves learning new systems and rigor of high school. And I mean, the thing that I keep coming back to, my brother in law is kind of right between me and in age between me and this upcoming generation, and he's a software programmer and works a lot between like the client and the programmers, and so he can kind of speak both of those languages. And one of the things I was saying to him is like, the internet has changed so much since I was our students' age, and everything is so prefab and click this image and it's a hyperlink. Like, they don't, they've never navigated the internet and had to troubleshoot. Everything is so fabricated already for them. And it just, I'm finding there's a lot of teaching them basics of nested folders and organization and just reading everything. And it's a lot of, and it's a lot of work. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. It's weird. I was. Yeah. 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 Mm, right. See, I feel like I thought I stole your idea. I thought you were the one who taught me to do it through Sign Up Genius. Yeah. 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 And I just kept that going. I just kept that alive and keep adding to it. Yes. Yep. Yes, here. I'm sorry, my computer, my double screen thing is not cooperating with the recording. I'm trying to drop in my Sign Up Genius form. I know you know what that looks like, but just for other people's sake as a resource. So I have it linked. Join the Teams call, schedule office hours goes right to that Sign Up Genius. And then this is the general office hours link that all 5 sections have and can join. No, it's the same. No, it's the same thing. Same thing. So there's no ad hoc office hours. Yeah, I've tried to. This is now week 3 where I've really tried to say, I have 146 students. Please respect their time and their schedule. So get yourself on the schedule, 15 or a 30-minute slot, um, and then we go from there. And they're pretty much respecting that. And then if they don't want to join the call and they do need some help, they would just either send me an email or put it in that office hours chat. Uh, cool. Yeah, I met with this parent earlier today who was curious because she's going, "Hey, my only access point is the grade book. Can we link those two?" And I shared with her the frustration of where we're at with those 2 softwares being partitioned. But I am trying to talk with more colleagues and think this would be a useful reminder later on down the road of make sure everything that you want the kids to do is on the calendar, is that hyperlink within their calendar that they can go back to at any time, and that date parallels the due date in your gradebook, along with the name, of course, but just trying to make sure that we're at least that consistent. So parents who are trying to aid their kids who, they're maybe not as well versed in the Schoology side. Yeah. Cool. Well, have good work time. I'll be around here active until 2. And then, as always, you can just shoot me a question if you want. Yeah. Hmm. Thank you. You too. Sam, I'm seeing your message. Are you talking about me? You're talking about me, like doing the sign up here for these meetings? For sure. For sure. I hear you. I hear you. Are you having the kids sign up? Are you having the kids sign up for office hours? Yeah. 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 Okay. Cool. Hmm. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to start to structure some group meetings in asynchronous time with project work that lends itself to that. So much of it has been what I feel like is really deliberate explanation coupled with how-to videos, and then it's like cut you loose in the afternoon. And I'm trying to put into place this structure for them to take a little bit more responsibility in scheduling their time and being mindful of the fact that I teach 145 of their peers, um, and it's going okay so far. The free version of Sign Up Genius is limited, um, but again, I didn't want to spend $140 or whatever it is to get the yearly access. One of the pains in the ass is that it doesn't automatically eliminate past due dates. That's a paywall feature. So kids, if they are being kids and not careful, can very easily sign up for a meeting in the past. So that is a total pain in the ass about it. So I have to go in every day and delete that day's times. So it's also not really serving as a very good like log of who came to office hours like I hoped it would. But it's something, and it notifies me both when they sign up and when they delete it if they have to cancel. So it's working for me so far. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I can show you people's answers too. So we just did a little Mentimeter to start, gauged people's questions about what are characteristics of good and bad teacher videos. Um, and then I set up the recording of this meeting. So we are recording everything that you're seeing on my projected screen. We did have to kind of troubleshoot live that if you do want to record a session, I know we can do it in Teams too, but if you wanted to record, say, your slideshow that you're presenting on a full screen for that to be the recorded resource later on, you do need to, when you start your recording, this is the tool for it right here. So it'll stop if I press it. One of the first tools you have to toggle asks if you want to use the integrated webcam. And since Teams is already using it, you have to turn it off. Otherwise, it won't even start a recording. It's basically like views the video as busy, and so it won't even start your recording. But other than that, it's pretty easy. I know not everybody has like a 2-screen setup at home, and that's why I'm teaching from my classroom most of the time. So yeah, went through that and then just kind of polled people for what their let's see, we'll go to that one, what people's interests were for why they were here, what they were looking to get out of it. And then we did an ordering, like rank your preferences. And so most people wanted to view examples of effective teacher videos, have work time to work on their own videos, or collaborate and talk about meaningful video resources. So the link that I have is in the Schoology folder. I should drop it into this chat too. But it's like 5 links. They're different hyperlinks to some videos that I've made, some how-to resources that I found. So you can check out any of that. I'll put it here in the chat too. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Desktop. Here we go. Screencastify workshop. All right. So for any of y'all out there, this document that is also in the Schoology folder will be here in the chat as well. Cool. Well, I'll be around till 2 if people want to pop back in and ask any questions or chat about anything. I'm around. Great. Yeah. So effective. Yeah. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Well, hey, I guess be forewarned, anybody who's out there that can hear me. Even on the excellent school Wi-Fi, and I'm plugged in hard line right now, bandwidth of running Teams and 6 or 8 Chrome tabs and recording the whole thing all at once. Pretty slow. Processor's not loving that. So just be forewarned. No sense in recording silence. Ideas while we still have time together. I'll go ahead and model